Hello boys and girls, this video is for Tuesday, April 21st. It's good to see everybody back in school again, and we had a great time on Zoom yesterday. We're going to start off today with our book Twister on Tuesday. Okay, so you put together this little booklet yesterday, and it should look like this. Now today we're going to be writing in the main characters. So when you read chapter 1, you're going to write the two main characters right here. Now you're going to meet some characters later, so make sure that you don't use the whole space to write the characters. Okay? Okay, now we're going to be doing our handwriting book. So we're going to go to page 63 and do the letter G. Tilt your book, and you're going to do this in pencil. The letter G, you're going to start at the bottom. You're going to loop-de-loop, make a point, go down, touch the line, make a boat. Another tricky letter. Let's try that again. Go up, hit the line, loop-de-loop, make a point, make a boat. Now it's a little bit like an S, but don't get confused. Make sure you're making this point right here. Now when we do the lowercase, we're going to be connecting it. The uppercase is not connected to the word. So when we do the lowercase, we're going to start like a lowercase a, go down, loop it, and go back up. So it's connected like this. Go down and then just connect it to the letter like that. Now for our math, we're going to finish the review lesson, the last 2 pages. So you're going to be starting on 18, problem 18 on page 633. You're going to answer these questions. These are problem solving, so you're going to have to read them. Make sure you're underlining the information and circling the question. What time is it? The last page, there are going to be 4 different questions about how do I use and tell time. So each question you just fill in. Okay, we're going to do another scholastic activity today. We're going to be reading about squirrels. So it's in this book with the dog on it. So find a new page. Oh, by the way, we're not going to finish the booklet this week. We're not going to be doing a scholastic every day now. So you might not finish all of these pages, but that's okay. All right, so it's going to ask you some questions about scaredy squirrel math problems. Okay, so do the ones that say 2nd grade. And for example, number 1 says scaredy squirrel has 25 nuts. He eats 5 nuts. How many nuts are there? So all you have to do is do number 1, and then you can write a math problem. Now, if he's eating nuts, is that going to be adding or subtracting? If he's eating them, he's going to have less. So if you have less, you're subtracting. So 25 minus 5, and the answer is 5. So you can just do it like that, and you can make 2 columns if you need them. So you can, it's okay to skip lines and then just write number 2, and then it says scaredy squirrel has 23 nuts. He gets 10 more nuts. Okay, wait a minute. If he gets more nuts, is that going to be adding or subtracting? Well, if he gets more, he's going to be adding. So there are going to be little problems about scaredy squirrel. There's going to be 5 problems, so just write the math problem and the answer. You don't need to draw a picture today. Okay, next I have some good news for you. Now, we're going to be changing the way we do the learning a little bit to give you more time to do some of those elective classes. So what's going to happen is on Monday through Thursday, I'm going to give you your regular assignments. And then Fridays, I'm not going to give you any new assignments. So you can either choose to spread out your work a little bit more and use Friday as a catch-up day, or you can use Friday to do elective classes. Or you can use Fridays to do your projects, like the Triorama project we have coming up that's due in May. So maybe some of you have already done that. That's fine, but if you haven't started on that, that's something that you can do on Fridays to give you some time. So some of the elective classes that are coming up might be something like we do in Honors Arts. They also might be some things that Mrs. Moore's already put on the website, and maybe you haven't had a chance to explore them yet because you've been trying to finish all your other work. So I am going to be teaching a cooking class, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to make you little videos like I did with the resurrection rolls, and you're going to be able to cook with me. Now, these are probably, they might be something that you need some parents to work with you on for cooking because you use things like the oven and you might use knives and things like that. So your parents might need to help you with some of those, but my class will be one that you can do at any time. So if you want to do it some weeks and not others, or you want to take another class too and do the cleaning class, that's fine. Because some of the classes that are going to be offered, you come at a certain time and you go to Zoom at a certain time. But my cooking class, it will be a separate video and you can sign up for that. Mrs. Moore is going to tell you about how to sign up for classes. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is the egg drop that we're going to be working on. If you were at school, we'd have you in groups and we'd work on this probably for several times trying to make our egg drop contraption. So what you're going to do is today you're going to make a plan of what you could do. So now I know this is really tempting for some of you to want to go to the internet and see what Google says about how to make a good egg drop contraption. Okay, I'm just telling you right now, if you do that, you will spoil all the fun. Okay? You want to try it first and draw a picture of something you could do. Now, when you're drawing the picture, you don't even have to think if you can do this at this point. At this point, just draw what you would like to do. And obviously, you need to have your egg there. And what you're going to be doing is you're going to be trying to figure out how to make a container for your egg so that when you drop it, it won't break. So that's what the plastic Easter egg is for. So the plastic Easter egg is about the same size as an egg, so you're just going to kind of use this as your sample egg, so you don't have to get a real egg when you're doing it and break it. Okay, so this is the egg about the size of a real egg, and you're going to try to figure out what could I use to make some kind of, when I say contraption, I mean some kind of thing you build to keep this egg safe. So today, all you're going to do is draw down your idea. Now, if you have more than one idea, you could draw more than one idea. Think about the reason that it's going to break is why. Why is it going to break? Well, the eggshell is pretty thin, and if it hits something hard, it's going to break. So you want to make sure that it's not traveling too fast, so maybe you could think of something that could slow it down. The other thing is, if it hits like the concrete or something, it's gonna break. So you need some way to soften the blow when it falls down. So those are some things you might want to think about when you're drawing your idea. And then you can write what your idea is down here. So just kind of explain what your idea is. Now it says on this paper that you can use whatever you like to build your contraption, your container that's going to protect the egg. That's what I mean by contraption. So it gives you some ideas of some things that you can use. Also, this other paper gives you more ideas of things that you can use. So when you're drawing this, you can think about that. Another thing that you should be doing right now is saving some items, maybe some recycle items, to try to build it. Because what's going to happen tomorrow is tomorrow you're going to try to build it. And then on Thursday, you're going to go ahead and drop it. Now, when you're getting your ideas, they don't have to all be items that you have, but obviously when you build them, you have to have the items. So when you make your ideas, you can make them just using anything, but then maybe you can say, well, if I don't have that item, maybe I could use this instead. So I'm going to show you some items that I just saved today for my house. So I have a paper tube. You can get them from the toilet paper or from the paper towels. If you have a tube like that, that might be something you can use. And this Kleenex box just was empty, so maybe I could use this, or I could cut this out and use the cardboard. Other things that you might be using, if I have at home, are water bottles. It says a bunch of things on your list that you can use, but look around your house and start saving things so when you have to build tomorrow, you'll have those items. Let me just read to you what the items on the list could be. Now again, you don't have to use these exact items. You might find something else at your house, but these are some ideas. Paper towels, straws, tape, cardboard tubes, paper, popsicle sticks, baggies, let's see, newspaper, rubber bands, glue, feathers, cotton balls. Okay, so those are some ideas of some things you can start collecting, and today you're going to make your idea of how could I put this egg something and then drop it and have it survive. This is my idea, and then write out, explain it a little bit. Okay, boys and girls, I know you've been waiting to see what that straw was for. Okay, this is what it's for. This is an optional recess activity that you can do. So I put in 2 tablespoons of dish soap, and I put in a tablespoon of sugar and a cup of water, and I mix it around. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're just gonna blow through your straw, and don't slurp it in, that won't taste good. You're gonna blow out and make bubbles. So now you can just kind of experiment. It doesn't really work if I just dip it in here and try to, oh there, it did work. It works better if you put the straw actually into the liquid. Then you can just keep blowing and figure out how it works. Just play with it. Okay, that's all for today, kids. I'll see you tomorrow.